to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Oh, interesting. This is the first time that we'll ever find a base underwater. All right, everyone, we're gonna be doing some diving. In 3, 2, 1. Wow. We're also gonna unlock the waypoint while we're on the way. Oh yeah, by the way, let's copy this one. There you go. At first, I wasn't really used to the underwater combat, but now I'm much more used to it. I actually love how we can mimic some creatures' abilities. Like, for example, where's this stingray? This one. This light blue stingray right here. We can actually copy its ability to cut through things. And then there's also another creature that has a shield ability. And then what else? Oh yeah, I also came across some kind of, was it a seal or something, or a walrus? I'm not really sure what it's called here. And yeah, that creature actually has the ability to send sound waves. Oh wow, I love the music here. Oh. It's so convenient that the Hydroculus is just right here.
Finally found it!
Oh.
Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
This is the first time that we're seeing Traveler and Paimon underwater, actually. Well, they don't want it to stand out. But I'm sure what we find inside will be extraordinary.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epicus, oh, we're gonna see her POV now. I love this.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorinde, right?
Yeah, he did tell us that he was looking for a fight with Clorinde.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Oh.
Really disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
I never thought I'd see the day that Childe and the Hydro Archon herself bicker in the court. I love this.
You duel me too.
Oh.
I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Challenging the Hydro Archon, I see.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again? I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Confident audience member.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Child be like, just get me out of here.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
Unless it's a battle, I'm not interested.
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh, okay, alright. Information regarding Marcel. Okay. Oh, alright. Actually, we have to submit this. This is the conclusion, actually. Let's go!
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Friends to enemies.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid.
Oh.
Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand
That was
trial.
quick. After some time, a shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
What?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of CALLAS the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? CALLAS was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
But you have the money, sir.
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Sus!
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Oh!
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate
I
owned by
love
the
this.
Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, CALLAS, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
Oh, so that's what he looks like. Ah.
CALLAS was defeated by champion
He has an
duelist
eye patch,
Wherein in the
everyone.
ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
This is so fitting though. He's going for the pirate aesthetic. And especially since Spina de Rusula's headquarters, it actually looks like a ship. So, how very thematic.
These are the known facts about the case.
Okay, time to dispute.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
Oh yeah, by the way, this entire Navia segment right here, this kind of reminds me of the Nilo story quest. Because back in the Nilo story quest, Nilo actually had to enter into a debate against the academia so that the Zubayur theater can keep on going, because the academia was actually planning to take the theater down, and of course the theater didn't want that, especially Nilo. So Nilo had to convince the court. Nilo had to convince the academia to spare the theater. And actually, we actually got to do the debate in Nilo's point of view.
After that,
This reminds me
the
of that.
true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the Primordial Sea.
There we go. Okay, begin refutation. Alright. Identify loopholes. CALLAS did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Oh wait, what is the question for this one? Okay. Okay, I think we can submit this one. There we go.
Testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating CALLAS when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with CALLAS, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
There we go. The scales have tipped for us. Okay, how about this one? When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary... blah blah blah. CALLAS did not bring a gun with him. Moreover, the details of the case point towards... Okay, we're gonna see right here. Okay, we can actually... I think we can submit this one. In addition, the quoting of an unknown person found at the crime scene also seemed concerning. There we go.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot CALLAS, only for CALLAS to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
There we go. And then, let's see here. First shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. Okay, let's refute this. CALLAS did not carry a gun with him. Oh wait, not that one. I think maybe can I submit this? There we
A
go.
pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain
There
to
we
wash away all
go.
traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Concealing
Realizing
evidence
this,
through
the
rain.
true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe CALLAS was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Oh wow. The scale is so in our favor.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the Primordial Sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callas's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not.
Oh
At
shoot.
least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette,
Ah.
I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an
True
innocent
though.
citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callas explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the Primordial Sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying
She's calling
silent,
out the
we
justice
retained the
system
ability to
in front of
deter
the
our
Archon. I
opponents
love this.
and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
I love this so much.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent.
Oh! There we go.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that CALLAS was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. CALLAS never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and CALLAS. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia.
Oh no, he's going for the
endearing traits.
pathos.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what she can say to that.
Oh no.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl
Oh
you
my
see
god,
as your own
stop.
daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received CALLAS' patronage.
I left my home in Snezhnaya.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
God.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them.
That is so true though. I still have the ability to search for the truth while that same agency has long been taken from them.
The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named VACHER?
Oh!
Oh, so you do know that name.
Here we
really
go.
Surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier at the entrance to the SINThe Production Base. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh. Wait, how did we get here? Huh? What? Oh wait, I think we're... Are we in a domain already? Oh. My god. We're finally in an underwater domain. Wow. I'm so glad that they keep on improving domain designs. Wait, can I survive with this team? I hope I can. Oh, party setup! Okay. So I'm gonna have to... What team can I use for this? I think... Because I kind of want to do some exploration. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'll just use my Hu Tao team for this. Okay, let's see. Then Yelan, Ingcho, and Zhongli. There we go.
Solidify!
Things are about to get dicey. Ring cutter!
There's no music?
No, my sword!
Oh wait, there's music. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna start this. Oh wow.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Wow. This domain is so pretty. Whoa. Hey, why are you going down? Hey! I was supposed to go up. Okay. Take me up there again. Okay. Wow, this is so high-tech. Whoa! This is like Ocean Park all over again. Wow! Can we have something like this in the teapot, please? Wow.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Okay, so we do have some stuff underwater, it seems. Okay. I'm gonna check what we need. Oh, so we do need to go underwater. Okay, alright. So, we're gonna dive right now. Wow. I am so glad that they added underwater exploration. Oh! This is a new statue. Wait. So this one is holding some kind of jar. Yeah. I wonder who could this be? Because usually this isn't the kind of statue that we see in other ruins. And this one is a new one. Okay. So we're gonna activate this one. Okay. Oh. So we're filling it up with water. I find it funny how
Level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Okay, now I can see the statue clearly. Wow. I kind of wonder if these ruins belong to an ancient civilization or something. And also, okay. I don't think this looks like... I don't think the architecture here looks like... It doesn't feel the same as the Enkanomiya architecture. But, yeah, this might be a different civilization. Too bad I can't take a screenshot here. Because I cannot use the camera. But yeah, I'll just screenshot it from my VOD or something. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna swim further now. After so many times of draining water from previous locations in game, we are now finally not draining water. We are finally filling up the place with water because we have now acquired the ability to swim underwater. Okay, so we're gonna fight these things. Oh, new enemy. You know, I still get confused on the Numa Osha mechanics. But what I do remember is that you do need to hit them with the opposite energy.
Busted. Game's up. Time's over.
This is order.
Let me weave you a verse.
They can still be defeated though, even without the Numa Osha energy. But it is an added perk though. You enemy again. Oh god, they look like spiders.
Things are about to get dicey. No, my sword. Ring cutter.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this and then this. Where are you? There you go. Wait, there's something here. Oh, never mind. This is where I came from. Wow. This domain design is so intricate. Okay, start. Alright, more water. Let's go. Can we reach that one? Oh. And there is another door. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, actually I wanna... Did I go here already? Let me check this one out. Nope. I don't think I've been... Oh wait, I've been here already. Never mind. I'm gonna go back in. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go... Oh. I love how this domain feels different. It isn't like the usual domains that we've gotten so far in game. Wait, can I swim this? Oh, I can't. Too bad. I wanna swim there. It's okay. Wait, is this? I'm not sure if this is an astrolabe or something, but I don't think it is. But maybe it could be. Can I sit here? I can't sit here. Oh, it's a gramophone. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't Alice have a gramophone? Oh, we have some mechs there. Oh! This is the one from the special program, I think. Oh, wow! What is that thing over there? That kind of looks like a dice. Hello, good sirs. Would you please let me... Oh, okay. Okay, this one is new. Assault Specialist Mech. Alright, it's time to fight.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch. No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse.
Okay, good thing I brought this thing with me. There we go. We did some clutch healing over here. Okay.
Busted.
It's the only one left? Okay. And here's the statue again. Oh, this one's kind of different. This one and okay, are they the same? Alright, so the statues in this area, they're all holding a sword. The one we saw a while ago was holding some kind of bowl. Oh. Okay, it's such a coincidence that the Hydra Archon statue is also holding a sword. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go check out the other statues for a bit. So these ones. Oh yeah. Yes, these are the kinds of statues that we saw earlier. The ones holding a jar. Okay, let's see.
Take it easy.
Oh, this one has a shell on the design.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Okay, so examine miscellaneous objects.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute
Oh
things
no.
labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
The missing person's possessions. You discovered objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who own them within the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This might be proof that this was their final stop. Oh my god. Okay, I kinda wanna take a look at this real quick. I really couldn't tell if this is water or ice. But for some reason, it's kinda... Is it flowing upwards? Why is it flowing upwards? It's defying gravity almost. And it couldn't even... It's blocking... I couldn't... I wanted to go nearer, but... Looks like we can't. Examine pool.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here. And it's full of water.
That must be the water from the Primordial Sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
My god. Primordial Seawater Pool. The pool found within the HQ is filled with water from the Primordial Sea. The mastermind can use this to create scent and directly use it to dissolve people. It looks so pretty though. Oh my god. Even the most prettiest things can be deadly. It looks so weird though. It kind of looks like, I don't know, gel? Slime? It doesn't look like normal water. Oh my god. Examine bookshelf.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. CALLAS. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jack's case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and CALLAS because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yep. I think this is what we need for the court. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information CALLAS has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
This confirms everything.
Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
He planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
CALLAS investigation report, clues concerning the CALLAS case that were found inside the bookshelf. The mastermind did not believe that Jax would do the deed and thus sent a third party to ensure CALLAS' death. The content that followed also defined the culprit's motive to some extent. Okay, I think... Have we investigated this before? Okay, examine miscellaneous objects. Oh yeah, I already saw this one. Oh my god. Okay, for some reason, the primordial water also... I think they look like stalagmites to me. What is going on? Why is it flowing upwards? Okay, examine experiment table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research.
And there are some jars of purple water too.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
So the goal was to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
Okay, I just remembered. Wasn't the original version of the Little Mermaid didn't it involve dissolving into foam?
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vignir, who was dissolved. Oh, this must be Vancha's records.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. VACHER.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he is the researcher.
You mean VACHER is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Vignir.
So that's it! VACHER was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
VACHER's experiment records. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. There are many more records like this. My god. This is so scary. Okay, this one. Okay, is it just me? But, the waters kinda look like galaxies to me.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There's so many.
Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Synth, a popular potion circulating quite widely, it gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
Who really is this VACHER?
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even NEUVILLETTE wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Okay, look for clues related to VACHER. So, we already looked at this one. I wonder if we should go through all of them again.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
After some time.
Ugh, nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
I don't think this is the time for snacks, Paimon. Paimon, I found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Oh.
Pierre. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see.
Alright, it's diary reading time.
It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Oh. Luigi. What's this? Wait, actually, have we seen this kind of script before? Luigi.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Oh.
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Venier's grown son?
I figured it out.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Venier's notebook, a notebook belonging to a lady named Venier. She records many stories of her time with her lover VACHER. On one of these pages, she prepared many names for their future child, and the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. Oh shoot! After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, she raced back to the opera epicness. God, this is such a small world.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
I can't believe Navia was onto something.
Oh, so you do know that name?
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
I can't believe we got out of water so fast.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of VACHER. Okay. Alright. Where's the diary? We're gonna see this one. I'm I'm actually interested to find out what the other names are. Okay, alright, let's see. Select.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is
Oh!
that you've always been VACHER.
Oh.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you! You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as VACHER!
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established. This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
And he even had the guts to not get a lawyer.
Do you think?
You're screwed, Marcel.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you. What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all.
Yeah, he does have a point there.
Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice. Your beloved drama.
Oh!
Turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Are you gonna dissolve yourself into water?
But I'm not from this blasted place.
Oh!
I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oh yeah, you're from Senzaya, right?
Hey, is that water from the Primordial Sea that he's drinking?
But then his hydro sensitivity will go
I
up.
can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed CALLAS still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Venier.
Yuzuri, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
We made a promise. Venier! Please, Venier! Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr.
Let's
Tartaglia
go.
no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood.
Bad
but
mood.
after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the
Case
truth behind the serial
closed.
disappearances case.
Neuvillette proceeds to review and compile all the evidence
The
and
man
records.
now known as Marcel was originally named VACHER and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinière. During an underwater expedition, Vinière accidentally came into contact with water from the Primordial Sea and was dissolved in front of VACHER as a result. VACHER learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinière back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, VACHER discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the Primordial Sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, VACHER decided to assassinate their president CALLAS at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as VACHER expected, he was able to turn CALLAS into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, VACHER attempted to frame Lyney as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method.
He has gone way too far.
However, his attempt to frame Lyney failed, and the power of water from the Primordial Sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of VACHER's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
This is so intense. I love how the previous events in Act 1 foreshadowed Act 2.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. VACHER.
Like, the people are finally starting to believe that the primordial water exists.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. VACHER is guilty.
Guards! Take VACHER away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
Case closed.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
But to think that this has been going on for a very long time, it's so...
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
That's deception for you.
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia!
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Aww.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Why are you calling yourself as a side character?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
I swear.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
What?
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this
There's a
verdict?
flaw in the
Is your
system.
justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Yeah, this kind of shows that. Oh my god, I think the Oratrice system is flawed at this point.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Childe has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Oh my god. Oh! Is the child
So
team?
this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules.
Oh.
Well, I've got mine too!
Oh my god, it feels good to see Childe fight again. Oh. Wow. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, oh shoot. Oh no. Oh! Let's step in before.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh no. Oh, he has a scratch. Oh my god.
Hey, Monsieur Neuvillette, what's going on? Shouldn't he have been cleared already?
I think the abyss energy is acting up in him.
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's
But
court
what if it's
system,
flawed?
the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
The true criminal has already been.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Jacob, the music turning foul with the transformation so good. Yeah, I know, right? Too dangerous to let him complete his magical girl transformation. Yeah, I was really worried that Childe might show his entire foul legacy transformation in front of everyone. And then I am so glad Neuvillette stepped in there, but oh my god. If even the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it!
But you made the machine.
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Oh.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Childe had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable! All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
There she goes again with the laugh.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
I think Neuvillette is used to this already.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save
saving
face.
face again.
As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Tragedy repeats itself. Oh my god, Neuvillette! I wasn't expecting that he was gonna stand here. Oh my god. Gosh. I knew it. I knew that the Oratrice was sus. Like, I know. I just know. I had the huge feeling that it was gonna mess up someday. Yes. Gosh. Oh yeah, to anyone who's planning to pull for Neuvillette in the next patch, I wish you all good luck. He looks so good. I love his design so much, and actually I wasn't really expecting to be interested in his character. Yeah. It's really cool. Okay, I think I need one more picture for this. Okay, so for some reason his hairstyle kinda reminds me of Locha's. Only with this part right here. Because Locha also has he also ties his hair in kinda the same way, but Locha's hair is much more neater, I would say. Yeah. Okay, before I forget, I kind of want to take a picture of his eyes. Gosh. Okay. I love his eyes so much. Especially the color. Okay, after this picture taking, I'm gonna go talk to him for a bit. Oh, this one's good. Wait. Okay, I think that should be enough pictures for now. I think I've taken way too much pictures. Oh, I haven't gotten that viewpoint yet. Huh? Okay, okay.
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down. Are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
Nice save. He's kinda like, he's giving off the Hytham vibes all over again. I'm just a feeble scholar. Wait, actually, I wanna take a picture of Zhongli. Wait, let me place them side by side. I also find it funny that even Zhongli pretends that he's just a consultant for the Wangsheng funeral parlor, even though he is actually the Geo Archon. Oh yeah, actually, I wanna take a picture of Alhaitham too.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
But where are those who share the memory?
But where are those who share the memory?
I think I would get Neuvillette in a rerun at some point. I'm actually very interested now in him, now that we've done the Archon quest. However, I am saving for Furina. I'm guaranteed right now, so... Okay, let's take out Alhaitham for a bit.
Osmanthus wine
Tastes the same as I remember. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it looks like Neuvillette is using the same tall male model.
Wait. Huh? No. Whatever.
Also, their eyes kind of have the same vibe. It's probably because of the eyeliner thing. Yeah, even the eye shape too. Okay, I think that would be enough pictures already. Alright, we're gonna leave the theater now. But first, I'm gonna go grab the viewpoint from the second floor. Okay. Bye, Neuvillette. Okay. How to get to the second floor? Wait. Let me see if I can fly my way up there. Let me fly up there. Oh wait, actually, how should I do this? I'm gonna float to one of the balconies. Let's see if this makes things easier. Okay, let's go.
Quit following me.
There you go. Viewpoint. Oh yeah, I actually haven't read the photo descriptions yet.
Squall and Fury.
Oh wait, did I go the wrong way? Wait, I think I went the wrong door. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Leaving the opera house by going back in, so true. Oh!
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name VACHER? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fountain of Lucine, something to do with my sensitivity to the Hydra element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please, please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Damn, notice how he uses the word humans here. You're not human, are you?
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, bring Marcel to the Fountain Plaza. Okay, we're gonna teleport here.
The wind rises.
fury. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the Primordial Sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vacher!
Oh, there you go.
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vacher!
Vacher? Vacher!
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful!
Oh!
Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that
Oh.
you? It's me, Vacher! Vinier!
Vacher? Why did you come? Didn't I say?
Oh!
You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
This kind of reminds me of that, I forgot what she was called, but back in Springvale in Mondstadt, there was also some kind of, was it an ocean tour or a spirit, some water spirit, something like that. And then that said being also fell in love with a human.
But Vacher, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Oh.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
Wait. This is probably, maybe she's a collection of, she's the embodiment of all the girls who disappeared. Yeah.
If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vacher. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier.
Ah, I knew it.
The sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
So they lured him
She
in.
doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Yes, bring it on.
The only thing you are not is Vignere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
It looks like I didn't meet Vignere back then either. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please! Have mercy!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
Oh my god.
Drown.
Ooh! Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearances of young women case, Marcel, appeared to have lost his soul. Oh. I think he got what he deserved. Several days later.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though.
Well
It's raining
met,
again, by
partner.
the way.
I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
But the only thing that I do not find realistic here is that why are they not bringing umbrellas? Come on.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father.
Oh, that's
We
good to
never
hear.
held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
I don't think we've seen Charlotte again after that after that first encounter with her in the aqua bus.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarande out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vacher's headquarters, Clarande gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarande wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave.
Oh.
And tell him the truth of what happened.
Oh,
as well
this
as
is
how it all
interesting.
ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callas is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Poisson.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
That's strange. Could it be that Neuvillette is crying deep inside?
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be. Isn't that Neuvillette?
Oh.
Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives.
I think it has been shown time and time again in a lot of quests in Genshin that a lot of the times humans are pursuing the unknown, and they are pursuing their own deepest desires even at the cost of their own life. Like even though their fate is not even though their fate might be unknown, or even if they know that their fate might not turn out well, they will still go to great lengths to achieve what they most desire.
Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callas proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callas made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callas in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
Now he admits it.
That high and mighty chair in the opera Epicles indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver. One of my guys.
Sorry about that.
We love Silver in this household.
Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
So Navia and NEUVILLETTE seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
I also really appreciate that there's at least one instance for every nation wherein some people or some characters question the ideal of their nation. Like, for example, in Mondstadt, Venti questioned what freedom really means. And then, as far as I remember, even in the Liyue Archon quest, even Zhongli, did Zhongli question what the contract means? I think he mentioned something like that. And then, of course, in Inazuma, it has been an ongoing theme that the people of Inazuma are questioning the Electro Archon's definition of eternity, and even A herself has been questioning what eternity really means. And then eventually once she came into terms with the fact that that transience is also a form of eternity, like what her sister has shown her, she eventually realized that she must not hold on to her static eternity any longer, but instead she had to embrace transient eternity all over again. I know it sounds contradicting, but yeah, that's what it is. And then yeah, even in Sumeru, we have this recurring theme about dreams, right? So even though the first Dendro Archon hold on to the value of dreams, eventually once she passed away, the Sumeru Academia began to discard the importance of dreams. They even casted Nahida to the wayside, and over time the people of Sumeru lost their ability to dream because their dreams got stolen. Let's face it. Their dreams their ability to dream got hindered by the Akasha. As far as I remember, was it that way? I forgot, but then yeah, eventually throughout the course of the Sumeru Archon quest, the people began to believe in dreams all over again, and yeah, I really love that even here in Fontaine, even the Chief Justice himself is questioning the meaning of justice. Following Navia and NEUVILLETTE, you also pay your respects to CALLAS.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Navia won't be too mad.
Wow, she took it seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Okay, talk to Neuvillette. Yeah, I think Farina is way too ashamed of us now to properly talk to us. She's been humiliated by yeah, she's been humiliated 2 times now. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me take a picture first. Wow, I love this view right here. Wow. I love the view.
Relax.
Oh yeah, by the way, I also love how Neuvillette shared his thoughts about humans.
You
And
think
it
I've
came
got a
as
sharp
a
tongue?
great shock to
I
him
just
that
tell it like it
humans
is.
would go this
If
far
someone can't
to
handle it,
pursue their
maybe that's
desires,
their problem.
even at the cost of their own life. And yeah, and he was amazed by the fact that that Callas gave up his life not only for personal reasons but also maybe to uphold his belief in justice, a justice that is greater than life itself.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation.
Okay, I know that
just to
I let
occupy
Scaramouche stand here randomly, but coincidentally, we also know that Scaramouche has been questioning humanity too. Like, what does it really mean to be human? He is actually a non-human looking for a human heart.
Relax.
And even back in the interlude quest that featured Scaramouche, even though in that quest Nahida has told him over and over that emotions are what makes one human, Scaramouche still refused to believe that. Yeah. Yeah. And actually I find it amazing that even as a non-human, Scaramouche has been feeling a lot of intense emotions that are associated with humans. Yes, he has experienced a lot of them, and yeah. Oh my god, actually. Oh, I cannot believe that I can actually connect this with Neuvillette's challenges when it comes to expressing his emotions. Oh my god, this was an unexpected off tangent that made sense.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Oh, let's go. Okay. All right. We're going to ask him one by one about water from the Primordial Sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that VACHER and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
I find it interesting that this is the first time that the character addressed the world as a planet. Let's go. Okay, there used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
Most of Teyvat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
The primordial era.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What VACHER discovered must have been some kind of special case. Or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
Same question, actually.
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
It's kind of like the primordial water is rejecting them. Okay. About the prophecy that has been circulating around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Furina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version?
Yeah, that's basically it.
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly.
Yeah, it was a huge wake-up call for them.
Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Archon left to the world before she passed away.
Oh! Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Furina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Teyvat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Furina by her predecessor.
But with Furina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh my god. Okay, so... oh, okay. Actually, when NEUVILLETTE said something about the previous Archon being the one behind this prophecy, that kind of reminded me of HYDROMANCY all over again. And we do know that that is the method that Mona and her master used to infer people's fate by looking at the reflection of the stars on the water. So I am really wondering if the previous Archon used something like that to make the prophecy. Okay, about Childe.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
People's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits. Such a
Self-awareness.
self-awareness.
I also kind of feel like maybe the Orochi's gave a verdict, the correct verdict to Childe, but on the wrong case.
Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
You would be like, oh, I wasn't aware of this, but thank you for the info.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of
Vado and
bravado
drama. Yeah, she has been saving face for quite a lot of times now.
While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Oh, we haven't seen that yet. Maybe it's not yet an available area.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
Yeah, because this could be a big issue, especially with the Fatui.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a
Oh, it's Bard fight.
with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Okay, about my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles.
I'm also really wondering, I'm not really sure if I couldn't really speculate right now if the Abyss Twin traveled the entirety of Teyvat, but what we do know is that they stayed for quite some time in Sumeru. We do know by now that that Conria is located below Sumeru. We have seen the gate already. Yeah, we have seen the gate already. And yeah, the traveler the Biswin has actually they actually had a huge role in protecting some of Sumeru during the cataclysm. Like for example, as far as I remember, I'm not sure if the Arenaras experience their crisis during the cataclysm, but the Abyss Twin did help the Arenaras overcome a certain calamity, and yeah, and even in Sumeru, the Abyss Twin also met Clothar for the first time. So Clothar is the founder of the Abyss Order, and yeah, the Abyss Twin actually met him even before he became the founder of the Abyss Order. And yeah, but so far, oh yeah, by the way, Nahida, among all the Archons and important figures that we've met so far in game, Nahida was the only one who was able to give us a good chunk of information about the traveler's sibling. But until now, the information itself is still very vague. So for example, the Abyss Twin is not actually classified as a descender for some reason. So a descender is someone who is not from Teyvat, by the way. So yeah, for some reason, there are no traces of records about the Abyss siblings so far, except for the fact that they suddenly appeared in Conria for some reason. We do not know why or how yet. But yeah. So it's been really strange to me that there is little mention about the Abyss Twin in the other regions except Sumeru.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Okay, I think that's all we know. Yeah, I think I've asked all the questions already. I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off.
Oh, that is
and
true.
so justice must work around the clock as well.
Yeah.
This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Because justice delayed is justice denied.
All right, you've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Oh. As light rain falls without reason. Oh my god, we're done. Oh. That was shorter than I expected because I actually did I did Act 1 for 5 hours, and with this one it took me almost 4.5 hours. Oh. It was a really interesting quest. Wow. I wouldn't say that the Fontaine Archon quest is my favorite. It's still Sumeru for me. However, what I will say is that the Fontaine Archon quest is also a breath of fresh air. It has been refreshing to see a different direction this time. Like I know that as a nation of justice, of course we're gonna go into some kind of court trial scene, but I really appreciate that they made the investigation process so visual. Like even though there were some clues and evidences that I was not able to remember that well, I am so glad that they made such a visual system to keep track of all of them. So we do have these 2 investigation books right here, and we also have
Whoever
that
the murderer was.
we also have that event page thingy wherein there is a big gear, and then we have to insert our pieces of evidence that can be used as rebuttals to the other side's arguments. So I really love that they've done that. And I also find it really interesting that that um that the events of the case actually, if you remember, they're actually also shown as torn pieces of a picture. It's kind of like putting the pieces of a puzzle together. And I love how as the more we rebut the opposition's arguments about the crime or about the case, I love how we gradually replace some pieces of the puzzle with our side of the story. So I really love that they've done that, because to be honest, I've been low-key wondering, I've been low-key worrying about what they're gonna do with the court trial scenes in Fontaine. So I am really glad that they've done this. They made it user friendly. Yeah, they made the investigation process so user friendly, especially to some players like me who are not that well versed in games that are focusing on mystery and the law. Like I don't actually, I have heard of Ace Attorney, but I have not actually played that. Yeah. It's also so funny to see some of the characters doing Ace Attorney poses. I love that. I think they started doing that in Inazuma, and then I also love that they continued to do that here in Fontaine. It's so fitting. Yeah, and I I'm also really glad that we finally got to see some we finally got to learn some stuff, a little bit of stuff about ancient Tevat. Like, sure, there's still a long way to go, but I am so glad that that Nouvellette revealed to us that there is indeed a primordial version of Tevat out there, and it's been confirmed that the primordial sea, it used to be the sea of Tevat. And I am also glad that he finally he finally called this world a planet. Yeah, I don't think anyone in the game has referred to this world as a planet as far as I remember. And yeah, it's kind of scary to think that the primordial sea suddenly vanished out of nowhere. It and actually even Nouvellette was shocked that there are some there are some traces of the primordial sea left here in Fontaine. Yes, and actually this is just a speculation, but now that I think about it, remember how back in the 3.8 event, so during the 3.8 event, the domain there is called the Veluria Mirage, and from what I remember, the Veluria Mirage actually it started going haywire ever since the domain got flipped upside down. Like, yeah, it has been mentioned over and over by some characters and NPCs there that the world finally the domain suddenly flipped upside down. So I really wonder if Tevat 2 was flipped upside down. There have been a lot of theories going around ever since the start of Genshin that Tevat might be following an upside down world structure. So yeah, that makes me wonder. In line with that, could it be possible that Tevat was also flipped upside down, and in the process, the primordial sea suddenly drained itself? Yeah, I'm wondering if that could be the case. Because if we remember the traces of primordial water that we saw in the underwater domain earlier, it was not pouring down, it was pouring up. Yeah, kind of like stalagmites almost instead of stalactites. So yeah, I'm actually wondering if the primordial sea I I wonder if the primordial sea, the traces of primordial sea earlier, I think they might still be following the gravitational laws of the primordial version of Tevat. Maybe. So that's why they're pouring upwards. Yeah, that could be a point of discussion. And yeah, I do think that there's still a lot of questions left for us to answer in Fontaine. And I am actually really glad that the Fontaine main storyline will continue on until version 4.2, as far as I remember. That's what the developer said in the 4.0 special program. And I'm wondering if we're gonna get two acts again in version 4.1, and then one act on version 4.2, like what they did with Sumeru. So yeah, I do think there's still a lot of mysteries to uncover. And what else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, about the previous Hydro Archon. So far, the only mentions that we've had about the previous Hydro Archon when it comes to permanent content is that she actually she actually had to take care of what was going on during the cataclysm. There's actually traces of her consciousness left in the most recent Sumeru desert area. So where is it? So yeah, when it comes to this tree right here, actually, if we stand on the waterfall area in Fontaine, we can actually see the tree here in the Vorokasha Oasis. I might need to brush up what I've learned. I might need to give myself a refresher on what I've learned about the previous Hydro Archon in the Caverna of Good and Evil World Quest. And yeah, but aside from that, we actually had an event back then about Oceanids, and it actually involves little Endora right here.
It's rather
So yeah,
pathetic to force
actually,
a conversation
I kind of
just
wanna
to occupy silence.
I kind of wanna get the wiki page again just to see some things about the event. Yeah, so the event is called Wishful Drops actually. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let me go get that event real quick. So, okay. I'm gonna set up my wiki page tab for a bit just to see. Also, Scaramouche, I need you to keep quiet for a bit. He keeps on talking. Okay. Sorry, Scaramouche. Okay. Let me see. Just give me a few moments to set some things up. Okay. Alright, where is my... Okay. I'm gonna go search for that. So that would be... Wishful Drops. Wishful Drops Genshin. The reason why I want to look into this event again is because back in the Oceanid cutscene from earlier, we did find out that that all the consciousness of the captured girls merge into one. So that kind of reminded me of some things about the Oceanids in the event. So let me go get I hope I can get the storyline stuff real quick. Okay. Where is it? Story. Okay. Alright, I think I found it now. So let me see. Also, okay. I'm almost there. I'm almost done setting up some stuff. Okay. Hi. Okay. Alright, let's see. And then okay, where is my tab? Okay, there we go. Let's go. Okay, let me play some background music just to okay, I need some chill ones. Hmm. There we go. Yay! Here we go again with the wiki reading. Once again, let's go. Okay, okay. So, I'm gonna take a look at some notes left by Endora here. Alright, so, during the Visual Drops event, we did get to complete some notes from Endora. And it's actually about what Endora learned about the Oceanids. So, Endora is actually a very, very, very young Loach folk, and she's still trying to learn about the world. So yeah, throughout her learnings, this is what she has discovered. Want to grow quickly, want to find RHODEIA. A child, new life like Endora. A child's mission is to grow. To grow, I thought it was to see the world. Love. For Oceanids, this is to melt together as one. There will be no division then. That is why Oceanids need no learning or thoughts of their own. All that is needed is love. It seems that Oceanids cannot love others, for others will only drown in the embrace of pure waters, so they disguise themselves as the dreams of young children and withdraw from the lives of all other people. Every day a child takes a stumbling step forward. Every day a stream flows into the sea. Love, that is our destiny, but I still have a whole world left to see. So actually we can see here that oceanids can melt together as one. There'll be no division then. And overall this note is very optimistic. Like they talk about love quite a lot. So in contrast to that, we see how oceanids can also become hateful. So that actually reminds me of what IDYIA has mentioned back in the 3.8 event. I think she had one NPC line where she said something along the lines of Fontaine's waters being contaminated or something. I want to see if I can find that real quick. Okay. IDYIA Genshin. Let me see. I hope I can find it in her page here. Okay, this one. Good thing it's here. So these are the lines that you can access from IDYIA if you ever talked to her back then in her spot in the Valeria Mirage. Okay, so let me see. This one about oceanids. Oh, are you wondering why we fled Fontaine? It feels like it happened a lifetime ago. The reason for our flight, it would be the water. The waters of Fontaine changed, and to the oceanids, now the waters there are full of pain and hatred. For us, if we wanted to leave, fleeing was the best choice. Oh, it was then that became lost and fainted in the desert. I must say, this desert is really just too fast. Oh yeah, actually that reminds me. Maybe those oceanids were actually oceanids. Maybe this is their reaction to the contaminated waters. Maybe the reason why the oceanid we saw earlier was able to live in waters of hatred. Maybe it's because the oceanid we met earlier was just the embodiment of all the girls who were captured as part of the dissolving water experiment. So yeah, that means it is not an oceanid in origin. It just turned into an oceanid. So yeah, it's, oh my god. So it's actually the opposite of the original oceanids. Oh my god. Okay, so this one is about RHODEIA, the oceanid in Liyue. Huh, RHODEIA, have you met her? Looks like she finally found a place for herself. Changsa Village, is that in Liyue? You really have gone far, RHODEIA. And then, if we go back here in the Visual Drops wiki page. Okay, I'm gonna try to see what Endora said about the previous Hydro Archon. Okay, it should be somewhere around here. Okay, this one. Let me highlight this all the way here. Oh wait, actually let me start with this first. Yes, that should do for now. I have reached an understanding with RHODEIA. She is the most renowned of us Lockfolk scouts and also the strongest, but she fled Fontaine, harboring a longing for the previous Hydro Archon. I can no longer return to Fontaine myself, so let me tell you everything. We Lockfolk once spread far and wide to rivers, streams, and ponds all over the continent, and we largely served as Fontaine's spies. The previous Hydro Archon had no plan to speak of. She merely wished to connect everyone in the world in much the same way as all water is connected. But with her passing, many of us have cut off ties with Fontaine. Like RHODEIA, the strongest of our number, they did not recognize the new Hydro Archon and desired only to keep the dreams of yesteryear alive. All RHODEIA wants is a small haven of tranquil waters. But she sensed my presence and believed me to be an assassin from Fontaine, and so she stretched forth her enmity, which turned the water bitter in order to slay me. Yeah, so there was a water contamination going on here in this event also. Oh, here he goes. So Endora said something about the dominant mind of the Lochfolk. The dominant mind of the Lochfolk can be very easily shattered if we come into contact with another smaller but wicked mind. I admired Rhodeia a great deal, and so I piggybacked off a hydro slime and left Fontaine, jumping from water body to water body until I finally ended up here. I doubt that any other Lochfolk would have shared my level of determination unless, of course, they were an assassin on a mission. I have explained everything to her. The bitterness in the water should dissipate soon. She even asked if I wanted to join together with the waters of Chingse. Okay, and also for this event, Endora also had to deliver a message to Springvale. This actually involves another Lochfolk that fell in love with a certain human in Springvale. Yeah, actually, I want to read that because my memory on this is blurry. Okay, alright. So, the human in question is called Old Finch. Okay, let me read this for you. Endora. Finch! Old Finch. Oh, you scared me. I was not surprised at your surprise. Endora learns lightning quick after all. No, it's just that the way you called my name, it sounded just like her. Oh. And then Endora says, with each small step a child takes, a journey through the world it makes, drops of knowledge this creates, each one the child assimilates. And then Old Finch continues, day by day a child will age, drop by drop a life is made. I know this poem. Okay, Endora says, our lives and yours are very different. As such, we may never understand each other even for so long as we may live. But our lives are also the same. We all flow towards the ocean, experiencing new things and encountering new opportunities along the way. Thus, she says this, when the stars in the night sky have all gone out and all streams and dreams have mingled in the same great ocean, then we will meet again. Oh, wait a minute. When the stars in the night sky have all gone out and all streams and dreams have mingled in the same great ocean, then we will meet again. Interesting. Old Finch says, I see. Endora says, life flows on, so please begin to move again. Do not stand still. Old Finch says, haha, that's her alright. Still treating me like a kid, I see. Alright then, I'd like a quiet moment to myself if you would. Okay, I think... Do I still have some more stuff here? Let me see. Okay, this one's interesting. Okay, so Endora also revealed that our kind expresses love by merging water bodies together. This way, many minds can coexist without division. But understanding other life forms in this world is not quite so simple. So we observe, study, imitate, and manifest in the form of animals. Just like the Hydro illusions by the Oceanid. You could also say that their forms have become a part of us. I've never considered how I should live my life after this point. I always assumed that I would merge with Rhodeia, and that this would be good and right, but Rhodeia seemed unhappy. She too understands that she is only waiting for pure waters to become corrupted. Neither Rhodeia nor the one who dwells in Springvale wanted me to follow their paths, but surely they must have hated their lives in Fontaine still more. You guys are fascinating. Okay, I don't think I have anything more to read here. Yeah, I think that should be it, actually. So yeah, it's confirmed. All the Lochfolk can converge into a single body, and yeah. I'm also, in line with this, I'm also really looking forward to the additional info that we might find out about Oceanids. I am really hoping that we will learn more about them in the next patches, since I do think that even though we had 2 acts already for the Archon quests for Fontaine, I think there's still a lot left to be discovered, especially now that the primordial waters have been brought up, and especially since Neuvillette here might have a lot more stuff to share. Yeah, he doesn't seem he isn't human. Actually, I'm kind of wondering if Navia is also aware that Neuvillette might not be human. Yeah, because the way she talks to Neuvillette, it kinda seemed to me that that Navia thinks that Neuvillette doesn't understand human emotions that well. So yeah, she might be onto something. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, Neuvillette. I think you're the Hydro Dragon. Especially if the myth about the Hydro Dragon crying in the form of rain holds true. And that could be a big lead, I think. Oh yeah, speaking of Springvale, I kind of wanna look into that one book from the archive now. So yeah, let me go. I want to see if I can read that real quick before we end stream. Okay, let me see. Let me just pick some stuff up. Wait, where's my audio? Okay, this one. Audio. Alright, we're switching back to the Genshin screen in a bit. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're now gonna do a little bit of archive reading. Let's see, let's see. I know that I have some treasure chests to open there, but we will ignore them for now. I'll take care of them later off stream. Okay, where is it? Okay, that would be books. And as far as I remember, the book is called Heart of Clear Springs. Yeah, this one. Okay, so how many? We have 4 volumes here. Okay, I'm gonna drink some water real quick since this is kinda a lot. So yeah, give me a few seconds. I'll mute for a bit. Okay, there we go. I drank some water already. So in line with Endora mentioning the Lost folk from Springvale, we're now gonna read Heart of Clear Springs, which is a story between the Spring Fairy and Old Finch, who is one of the NPCs there. So yeah, this was during the time that Old Finch was still very, very young. So yeah, here we go. Volume 1. Under the cascading moonlight, a tearful boy made his wish at the spring. A fairy from afar who had taken up residence in the unoccupied spring listened in silence to his wordless wish. Spring fairies know nothing of distant memories or deep dreams. They are born of water's essence, faceless descendants of the angels. Thus, when the curious fairy emerged from the water and heard the cry of that boy's heart, she became interested in this life, younger and more fragile than her own. The silent fairy reached out her formless fingers, cold as the midnight dew and soft as fortune foregone, and gently caressed the boy's forehead and cheeks. Startled by this stranger's touch, the young boy lifted his head and met the fairy's gaze. "Can you make my wish come true?" the boy asked. The fairy of the spring was surprised and confused by this presumptuous question, but she could not speak and so simply nodded her head. Satisfied, the boy left. He did not know what the spring He did not know that the spring fairy was alone, without friends or family, and that she had lost a great deal of her wisdom. Only when the spring water flowed from cracks in the stone into her pool, and when she gazed upon the fractured image of the moon in the rippling water, did she slowly regain the ability to think and to mimic fragments of speech. Like a curious child, the fairy observed the world around her in innocence, wonder, and love. She rejoiced with the fox and squirrel who stole berries, and grieved at the dark clouds that covered the horizon. And for that young boy, a feeling complex yet immature welled forth from within her heart. All alone in this world, she had neither the power nor wisdom with which to grant his wish. But she could share it, and she drew life from sharing his burdens. Okay, I kind of want to point out something here. So here, in this part right here, gazed upon the fractured image of the moon in the rippling water, did she slowly regain the ability to think and to mimic fragments of speech. Okay, coincidentally, actually, one of Linny's as well as Lynette's trailers, actually both of the Linny and Lynette trailers have a moon in their trailers. So yeah, with Linny, it was the character story teaser, I believe. And then with Lynette, it was during her character demo. So yeah, I am really wondering if the placement of the moon in those said videos, maybe it could have been intentional, because actually we have yet to see any further mention about the moon in this game. Yeah, I mean aside from some world quest stuff and book stuff, that is. Oh yeah, actually we did hear about the moon in the Sumeru Archon quest, but it's more like it's more about Nahida comparing herself to the moon. Like if Ruka Devata was the sun, she was the moon. Yes. But other than that, we have yet to see further mentions about the moon. Yes. Also, B468, welcome to the stream. We're currently reading Heart of Clear Springs right now after the Fontaine Archon Quest Act 2. Yeah, I wanna find out some stuff about the Spring Fairy in relation to the Oceanids. Yes. Okay. Alright, with that in mind, I'm now gonna read Volume 2. As he gazed at the fractured image of the moon carried by the water's ripples, the boy poured his spring out. The boy poured his heart out to the spring. From within his words, she learned much of him, and from her silence, he strengthened his belief in himself. Dimly, the spring fairy understood that there was good in the world beyond moonlight and fruits, and more to darkness than mere clouds. The boy spoke to her of forests and trees, cities and walls, and shared with her his joys, his sorrows, and his fears. As she listened to him, she became enamored of this imperfect world into which she had been born. When the boy grew frustrated at his powerlessness, the spring fairy would gently and quietly wipe away his tears. From then, she grew to understand the world outside the spring a little more. Those tears flowed into the water, and the fairy purified them, turning them into a sweet nectar that brought him sweet dreams. The boy forgot the pain of his waking hours and met the silent fairy by her spring in his sleep. Okay, this kind of reminds me of how okay, so in Act 2 a while ago, so Navia, Traveler, and the Paimon were drinking Fonta, right? It's some kind of fontaine drink as far as I remember. And Navia actually said that Fonta, that the taste of Fonta, it's supposed to be sweet instead of salty. Yeah. Because actually primordial water is salty for some reason. So yeah. And actually, aside from that, this part right here kinda reminds me of Diona. In case you didn't know, Diona actually she actually got the ability to turn any drink into delicious drinks. Like even if a drink contains the most disastrous of ingredients, even yeah, no matter how foul the drink is in reality, she will still be able to make it into a delicious drink. And it's actually because of the spring fairy that granted her that ability. Actually, I'm gonna remember to read the Diona lore for a bit later on after we finish this. So yes. Every time that happened, the fairy too would smile, asleep in the pool drenched in moonlight. The fresh dew nourished the boy's dreams, and the boy's dreams rejuvenated the lonely fairy's soul. In those dreams, the spring fairy told the boy tales of the faraway realm of Hydro. She spoke of her sapphire blue homeland, she sang of the homesickness of exile, and she sighed for separation and belonging. In these dreams, the boy became the one who silently listened, who wept for her troubles, and who rejoiced in her happiness. Over time, the spring fairy gained the power of speech from the boy's memories and dreams. Over time, they became friends who shared all. Volume 3. When the winds ceased to blow, the moon's fractured reflection in the pool was made whole, and the boy heard the fairy's voice for the first time. Fairies are tender, sensitive beings beyond the ken of humans, and the boy was deeply taken by her gentle, elegiac voice. But fairies, being tender and sensitive beyond human ken, throughout his eyes she saw his naked yearning and the promise that was about to leave his lips. And suddenly, the fairy was afraid. Mortal lives are strong but fleeting, and the boy must grow and grow old. Once youth and innocence had faded, how would he treat his elemental descendants? In the twilight of his life, would he blame himself for throwing away his life for a childish promise? The spring fairy was pure and kind, but she did not understand human love. She had never seen the miracle of humanity, and had merely sat idle through millennia of change, and so she greatly feared the parting. What humans see as the miracle of devotion, elemental fairies can only perceive as fleeting pleasure, and even the power of fairies cannot reverse the aging of a loved one. The tender fairy could not bear to see that unavoidable day come, and with a kiss she stopped the boy from uttering the words. But the boy, in his innocence, mistook her rejection as her approval of his promise. From that moment, the fairy vowed that she would someday bear to leave him, and the boy vowed that he would remain by her spring forever. Volume 4. I think this should be the last volume. By and by, the young boy grew up, made new friends, and had new experiences, and the spring fairy, as she had in his youth, sang him her quiet elegies, each one. Till the day came at last when she left and gazed no more upon the boy. Never again did words flow forth from the trickling sound of the spring. Never again would this fractured moon become whole. The spring fairy suddenly realized that though she had found a place to belong, and though she had experienced fleeting happiness, she was still alone. The boy, now no longer a boy, could not receive her flight and blamed himself for his own solitude. Perhaps she was merely a childish fantasy. He would think this to himself as he listened to the gurgling of the spring, but that cold kiss was real, as was the wind that once played with her hair. Suddenly he realized that though he had met and parted with countless new friends, and though he had adventured and returned more times than he could remember, he was still alone in the end. And so, as they had done many years ago, the boy's tears fell into the pure pond, soaking into the fractured moon. But this time, the spring fairy did not come as promised. Stubbornly, she turned her back, willing to be the object of an innocent childhood dream, to be a fleeting guest wandering from a foreign land, but unwilling to allow her mere eternal life to break her lover's promise. Legend has it that whenever the rain pours down, the raindrops that fall into the pond mix with the tears of the spring fairy. Interesting. To his dying day, the boy believed wholeheartedly in this groundless superstition, but sadly, the spring fairy who fled from her true feelings could never believe it herself. So yeah, this is really, this is kinda a bittersweet love story. Yeah, reminds me of the love story between Vash and Vignir from earlier. However, that one is much more it didn't really go well since Vasher committed a lot of crimes, and due to that, Vignir actually began to hate him more and more. So yeah, I do think that Vasher deserved the fate he got from earlier. I think he deserved to drown. Yeah, he deserved to drown. Yeah. I am so glad that after all this time, all the girls he captured finally got the justice that they deserved. Yes. Okay. I think if you can hear an alarm in the background, I apologize. Yeah, I think it should be faint on your side. Okay, let me go grab the Diona lore real quick. Okay, let me see the stuff about the Spring Fairy. Okay, Diona. Okay, there we go. Okay. So okay. Okay, this one. Character story 5. Okay, let's go. There is a legend about a spring fairy that circulates in Diona's hometown. The fairy once saved a mother and son who had despaired beside a well, filling the barren hole with rushing waters that flowed and formed a spring. The child, deathly ill, was miraculously healed by those spring waters. Many people came to catch a glimpse of these blessed waters and built a settlement around it and left it not thereafter. Over time, this gave rise to the small town known as Springvale. Nowadays, few are left who believe that there is any more than a mere legend, and some even dismiss it as myth-making for tourism's sake. Only little Diona believed in the existence of the spring fairy, and on nights when her father was in a deep, stuporous sleep, she would speak to the moon reflected in the spring water's surface. Those were her earnest feelings, innocent and wonderful, feelings worth answering. That was what the spring fairy believed. So Diona would make a curious friend, a companion whom she could bear her feelings to, and sometimes assuage her loneliness. On the night of Diona's 7th birthday, as the moonlight reflected off the spring and upon her face, she heard the soft voice of the spring fairy. I will bless you, daughter of hunters, for your days ahead, and as a farewell. May your cup always run over with the sweet wine of celebration. May it always be refreshing as springs of ever-melting snow. From that day on, the spring fairy would never appear before Diona again, and she left those memories behind, consigning them to her childhood dreams. Till today, she has yet to realize that her troublesome constitution has anything at all to do with that dream. Okay, I really find this interesting though. This part right here. May it always be refreshing as springs of ever melting snow. Actually, I think in one of Mona's voice lines, Mona mentioned something about melted snow. Okay. Yeah, it has to do with something about okay. Oh, I forgot I muted the dialogue lines. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll just read it then. The pure waters of melted snow are optimal for hydromancy. So I'm really wondering if melted snow maybe is melted snow the purest water? I'm actually wondering if that could be the case. Much to think about. And actually, I also found it interesting that while we were reading the Heart of Clear Springs book and as well as the Diona lore, the moon has been mentioned for quite a lot of times. So, okay, do we still have... Okay, I think we have a little bit of time left. So yeah. I'm gonna read some things about the moon here. Okay. Okay, what were those books again? Okay, so Records of JUEYUN has something to say about the moon, I think. Oh, also we have some sea god stuff here. But I'm not really sure if it's related. Anyways, okay. We're gonna read... Oh, wait, this is Puwang. This is Mountain Spirits. I think it should be... Wait a minute. Where's the stuff about the... Wait, I'm trying to find something here. Okay, this one. So this is from volume 4 from Records of JUEYUN. It's about the mountain spirits. Okay. I'm gonna skip right into this. Oh wait, actually, I should read the whole thing. Okay. Many lone Seelie are found floating in the mountain forest of Liyue. These glowing spirits are unfailably found hovering in the mountain mist, in the ruins of ancient cities, or in crumbling, decrepit villages. Should the vision barrier draw near, the Seelie will guide the way for them, leading them to long hidden treasure or unfathomably ingenious mechanisms. The people of Liyue believe these tiny, silent spirits to be auspicious sightings, the souls either of departed adepti or unnamed benevolent gods of old. Others believe they are echoes of strangers without kin, lingering in the mountains to guide lonely, lost visitors onto the path back home. Another old legend told in the mountain villages claims that there was once a time, before the adepti had come into being, when the Seelie who minder in the mountains knew an altogether different existence. One in which they had beautiful physical forms and possessed great wisdom. That era when the Seelie roamed the mountains and strolled through the grand halls in the cities of old is said to date back even further than the days when Rex Lapis fought bitterly against countless rivals of gods. Wait, actually, am I reading the right thing? Okay, I'm not really sure if there's something about the moon here, but since this is related to ancient Tevivat, I might as well read this. Oh wait, there's something about the moon here. Never mind, never mind. Let's go. At a far-flung moment in the distant past, the ancestor of the city met a traveler from afar, with whom they swore an oath of union witnessed by the three sisters of the Lunar Palace. So there we go. Just 30 days later, a disaster struck. The Seelie and their lover fled into exile as the world collapsed around them, fleeing until the terrible calamity caught up with and seized them. Their cruel punishment was to be separated from each other for eternity and to have their memories swiped without a trace. The graceful but heartbroken Seelie and the sisters grew more sullen and withdrawn with each passing day, to the point where their wondrous forms withered away, leaving fragments of their former selves scattered in the mountains and ruins, where they turned into tiny little life forms. They had forgotten so much, lost so much, and been stripped of their voices and wisdom, yet they continued to sing their same songs of grief. Because of this, still harboring a shred of the deep love they once had for their long-lost lover, they will act as guides to travelers who stop in the mountain mist, seeking to retrace their memories of an ancient story in long-abandoned ruins, disused makeup cabinets, and now undecipherable poetry. Of course, these are nothing but clumsy, incoherent folktales, wild and fantastical conjecture about what Liyue may have been like in the distant past before the time of Rex Lapis. Needless to say, such tales have no credibility whatsoever. The true origin of these sorrowful spirits that minder in the mountains is, however, still widely debated, and no consensus has ever been reached on the topic. So yeah, that is the part about the series over there. Okay, I think, I think, um, I think the Moonlit Bamboo Forest. I think this is the book that talks about the Lunar Sisters, as far as I remember. Okay, I'm just gonna double check real quick. Um, uh, let's see. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I'm wondering if I should read the whole thing or hmm, should I read the whole thing? Okay, maybe. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm gonna skip to the part that mentions the Moon Sisters. Okay, let me see. It should be. Wait, I'm trying to find it. I lost it. I saw it a while ago. Wait. Let me see. Volume 1. Okay, Volume 2. I think it's in Volume 3. Okay, this one. Alright, so this is Volume 3. I'm gonna read this part right here. Starting with the long ago part. Okay. Long ago. Oh wait, actually I should start with this one instead. The bamboo forest of Mount Chingse is the verdant home to many fables. As night fell, the woman garbed in white began to recount many stories to the young lad, ancient tales that the lad had never heard before. Long ago, 3 bright moons once hung high in the night sky. The 3 moons were sisters, their years numbering more than those of the Geo Archon and their year of birth predating the very bedrock upon which Liwa Harbor now rests. The moons were daughters of prose and song, sovereign over the night sky. They navigated the heavens above in their silver carriage, alternating with one another thrice a month. If the rain was not promptly passed from one sister to the next, a terrible disaster would occur the very next day. That very day. These 3 luminous moons shared but one love, the stars of daybreak. Only the fleeting moments when day and night converge could one of the 3 sisters pass the fading stars and gaze upon the chambers of the morning stars. Moments later, as the new dawn would break over the horizon, the carriage would quickly ferry the night sister away. The 3 sisters shared an equal affection for their one and only love, much like the affection they shared for one another. But this was all before the world was smashed against the tides of great calamity. With time, the disasters overturned the sovereign carriage and laid ruin to the halls of the stars. The 3 sisters of the night turned against one another, leading to their eternal parting by death. Only one of their pale corpses now remains, ever shedding its cold light. The woman raised her head and gazed at the moon through the sea of bamboo. Her long, slender neck was covered in the silver light and her eyes shone gold. Okay, I think that should be it. But yeah, I'll just read this part anyways. The wolf packs are children of the moons. They remember the calamities and the tragedies that ensued. Hence, they lament the fate of their mother with each new moon. It is also why those who live among the wolves call the morning stars, the surviving love of the moon, the grievous stars. Interesting. Actually, I really cannot wait to see Fontaine reveal stuff about the moon. Yeah, that would be really, really cool. And yeah, now that I think about it, even in the real world, even the moon and the sea have ties to one another because the moon's gravitational, as far as I know, I couldn't really remember my science lessons, but I think the moon has an effect towards the tides. Yeah, something like that actually. I forgot where they name dropped the 3 lunar sisters. But I believe they're called Arya, Sonnet, and Canon? Wait, can I check that from the wiki? Wait, Arya, Sonnet, Canon. I'm not sure where they were name dropped. Ah, in Heart's Desire. Okay. I'm not really that well versed in book lore in Genshin. Okay, so it's in Heart's Desire. I haven't read that one actually. Heart's Desire. Okay, where is it? Oh, this one also has moon stuff. Oh, I think I would love to read more about these in my spare time. Okay, I'm gonna. Where's the part about Arya? I'm gonna just speed through this. Okay, just to see that part of the info. Okay, where is it? Hmm. Should be somewhere here. I couldn't see it here. It's so hard for me to find it here. So I'll just read it from the wiki out loud. Okay, I'm not gonna show the wiki page anymore, but yeah, you can. I'll just read it. Okay, so there's this there's this passage from Heart's Desire. Just as legends claim that once there were 3 bright moons in the night sky named Arya, Sonnet, and Canon, sisters who were parted by death in a great catastrophe. So yeah, that catastrophe was already mentioned earlier in in the records of JUEYUN. So yeah. Yeah, I think that should be it for now. We're gonna go into such a deep off tangent once we talk about the moon. Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, I really cannot believe that I've finished the Fontaine Archon Quest Act 1 and Act 2. And yeah, I am really just looking forward to what else Fontaine has in store. And yeah, I really hope that in the future I really hope that I'll be able to stream Act 3 for and 5 if there ever is an Act 5 for Fontaine. So yeah. But that's it. It is still subject to change now. But I am really glad that this is the first set of Archon quests that I was able to stream, because I have not actually streamed Archon quest for a region before. The only other Archon quest that I've streamed before this was the Caribbean Archon quest, and that is kind of like a conclusion already. So yeah, I hope that if time permits, I'll be able to stream the other succeeding Fontaine Archon quests coming up in the next patches. And yeah, that would be all for today. Thank you so much for joining me today in this very eventful Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon Quest. I'm still not yet sure when my next stream is gonna be. I know that there's a special program for Honkai Star Rail later tonight, right? I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to stream that, because I do have something to attend to tomorrow. Oh my god, there's a new Honkai Star Rail character. Oh my god. Okay, anyways. Okay, so yeah, I'll still have to see if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I'm not really sure. Oh wait, actually, wait a minute. What time is the YouTube live stream for that? Oh, so the YouTube version of the Honkai Star Rail live stream is at 7:30 p.m. too for me. Interesting. Okay. So if ever I'll be able to stream the Honkai Star Rail special program at 7:30 p.m. GMT plus 8 tomorrow 7:30 p.m. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. GMT plus 8 August 18. If ever I'm available that time, I will stream the Honkai Star Rail special program, but if not, that's okay. Yeah, I'm still wondering what I'm gonna do for my 50th stream. Yeah. My 50th stream will either be the Honkai Star Rail special program, or maybe the Linny companion. Oh, the Linny story quest. Yeah, we'll see. You'll see me go live, yeah, if I'm available. I always have my Twitch notification ready. Yeah. You'll see me go surprisingly live if ever. And yeah, that would be it. Let me just go plug in my socials before anything else. Okay, so to those who are new to my streams or my VODs, here are my socials. So I have a YouTube wherein I post all of my Genshin and Honkai Star Rail VODs. I also have a Twitter wherein I usually hang out, and I also have a Tumblr. It's inactive, but it's there. And then I have a separate playlist for all of my Genshin VODs, and as well as my Honkai Star Rail VODs if you're interested in those too. There's still VODs that I have yet to make public. So a lot of my previous VODs from the previous streams, starting from day 45 and beyond, they're actually uploaded already. However, they're still on private because I still have to fix the descriptions and take care of the timestamps if ever. So I would like to ask for your consideration. Please wait for my please wait for my VODs to become public. Yes, yes. And yeah, I think it will take a while for me to get the VODs for this Archon Quest out, because I'm gonna actually split them into parts, because they're actually quite long. Like my Act 1 stream was 5 hours long, so I had to split it into 2 VODs actually. And then for this one, I'm still gonna see if I'm gonna split the Act 2 VOD into two. We'll see about that. Yeah, but anyways, that would be it for today. Please keep posted about any announcements for my streams, because starting from now on, my schedules are gonna be so irregular due to some stuff coming up IRL. Yes. And yeah, that would be it. See you once again on the day 50 stream. I don't know when it's gonna be. Maybe later, maybe on Sunday, maybe next week. We don't know. But yeah, we'll just see if I'll be able to stream the Honkai Star special program. Yeah, we'll see. But if I ever do that, it might be just a short stream. Yeah, because it's very early at night. Yeah. I'll see. I'll announce. Anyways, bye-bye everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying version 4.0 so far. Fontaine has been such a blast so far, and I am really impressed with the direction that they went for Fontaine. And yeah, and the environment design is just so stunning. And I can't wait for Genshin to release more breathtaking locations in the future. And yeah, I still have a lot of exploration to do, and I am looking forward to them. Yes, anyways, bye bye everyone. I'm gonna be playing some background music to send you all off. Please have a good rest, everyone. Okay, bye everyone.